It was a stormy night in the city. Cars rushed by, splashing water on the sidewalks, while everyone hurried home. But one man slowed down: Alexander King, a young billionaire known for his cold heart and sharp business mind. Through the heavy rain, he noticed something unusual. A woman in torn clothes, clutching a small baby to her chest, sat shivering near a street lamp. She had no umbrella, no shoes, and her lips trembled as she whispered lullabies to keep the infant calm. For a moment, Alex wanted to walk away. He wasn't the type to involve himself in strangers' problems. But something about the way she shielded the baby, ignoring her own suffering, made him stop. "Why are you sitting here?" he asked, his voice firm but curious. The woman lifted her eyes, soft, tired, yet filled with dignity. "I have nowhere else to go." Something stirred in his chest. Without another word, he pulled out a golden key from his pocket and held it out to her. "Take this," he said. "It's the key to my house. You and the baby can stay there tonight." The woman stared in disbelief, clutching the key like it was a lifeline. She whispered, "Why would you trust a beggar like me?" Alex looked at the baby. "Because your child deserves a roof over his head." The woman, whose name was Elena, arrived at the mansion carrying her baby. The grand iron gates opened automatically, and she stepped into a world she had never seen before: luxury, warmth, and silence. She hesitated, afraid it was a dream. But the baby cried, and she entered. Inside, the mansion smelled of polished wood and roses. A fireplace glowed in the corner. She set the baby on a velvet couch and whispered, "We're safe now." But as she wandered through the vast halls, she noticed strange details. Family portraits lined the walls, but some faces were scratched out. A nursery stood upstairs, filled with toys, untouched and covered in dust. Her heart skipped. Why would a man like Alex, who lived alone, have a nursery? And why did the woman in one of the portraits look so familiar? That night, as she rocked her baby to sleep, she promised herself, "Tomorrow, I'll thank him and leave. This place is not meant for me." But deep down, she felt something was wrong. The next morning, Elena was startled to see Alex standing at the doorway, watching her. He wasn't angry, just quiet. "You looked at home," he said softly. Elena stammered, "I was just feeding the baby. Thank you for letting us stay. We'll leave today." But Alex shook his head. "Stay! At least until the storm ends." As days passed, Elena began to notice his strange behavior. He avoided the nursery, never spoke about family, and at night, she heard him pacing the halls. Finally, one evening, she gathered courage. "Why do you live in such a big house all alone?" His jaw tightened. After a long silence, he admitted, "I wasn't always alone. I once had a wife and a baby. They're gone." Her heart sank. No wonder he had given her the key. Maybe she reminded him of the family he lost. But what shocked her most was when she looked again at the old portraits. One of the scratched-out faces looked exactly like her. Elena's hands trembled as she studied the portrait. She looked younger in it, dressed elegantly, but it was undeniably her face. How is this possible?" she whispered. Alex entered the room, his eyes dark. "I knew you'd find it." Her breath caught. "Why is my face here? We've never met before." But Alex stepped closer. "You don't remember, do you?" Elena's head spun. He explained in a low voice, 3 years ago, you were in an accident, a car crash. Doctors said you lost your memory. I searched everywhere for you, but you vanished. And now, here you are, living on the streets with a child." Elena felt her knees weaken. Flashes of memories, blurred faces, laughter in a garden, a baby's cry flickered in her mind. But the worst shock came when Alex whispered, "Elena, that baby you're holding is mine." Elena's world collapsed. She stared at the baby in her arms. Her baby. Their baby. Tears blurred her vision. "No, this can't be true." Alex's voice cracked for the first time. "Look at him. He has my eyes. I thought I lost you both forever." Memories came flooding back: her wedding, the day her son was born, the accident that shattered everything. She had wandered broken, until her mind erased it all. Elena sobbed. "Why didn't you give up on me?" "Because I loved you," he said simply. The rain outside slowed to a gentle drizzle. For the first time, Elena felt the weight of her past return, but also the warmth of home. She whispered, "If this is true, then we'll start over, but slowly. I need time." Alex nodded, tears in his eyes. "Take all the time you need. Just don't leave again." And as the baby cooed in her arms, Elena realized fate had brought her back not just to shelter, but to the family she never knew she lost.